Hey, g'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. Today's Friday, the 3rd of March. I do believe March is going to be a bearish month based on historical data. The odds are that March is bearish. Having said that, I'm going to look at Solana and I'll give you my thoughts on Solana. Um, Non-log setting gives you a nice channel to the downside and potentially a reversal. If we look at this from a macro perspective, we've outlined our Fibonacci in a number of ways. And do they come into play yet? Not really. They might come into play a bit later on. But you can see how far it's come down to this level here. So it's past this level. So it's pretty bearish. And that would have been a good buy. I would say that would have been the bottom. And you can see now it's the 0.382. And I put the log settings in, so that makes sense. So it pulled back 68 point or 61.8% to the golden ratio, and that's where it is. Now, when we look at this chart, I'll look at it from a non-log perspective because it makes more sense. Here we go. So what we have is a range. Definitely there is confluence. So we've got a reference point, and you can see so far it's been playing 100%. So this one is a real nice one because it's given us more confidence that this trend line is relevant. So also prevailing trend line, and that becomes a factor because it's 3 touches minimum. I don't usually count that initial pivot point or reference point, but that's definitely it. So we've shown you why that's the bottom from a non-log perspective, from a log perspective, the 0.382. And now we're in this range. And this range, if we were to look at it from a reversal structure, from a macro, um, easy to count. We have our A, B, C, D, and now E. Where is E? E could be here. Very small pullback. But then, so what we do is then we add a Fibonacci, and there is some levels to this. So this is, as you can see, that Fibonacci there at the moment is holding it up. Interesting. So if that was to drop, then we've got this bottom section, which could be the spring for a reaccumulation structure. So that will be a good position to buy. Got these moving averages that are holding it up as well. So interesting enough. If it's a distribution, if Bitcoin was to go bearish, then this will become distribution, and it might just do something like that. And so you've got to be mindful of the head and shoulders type of scenario. If Bitcoin is bullish, then this will be the spring, and then it just breaks up. And there's a few scenarios where I do see this being bearish. You can see how this golden pocket could be an area of resistance. It could be a bit of a fake out, and it might mean just enough for Bitcoin to find its short-term target. And the alts might just actually, this could just continue on really high, or does the retest and then goes up. But that trend line is going to be strong. This is another level of resistance. So if we break above that, that could be a retest as well. So there is a shaking out period here. That could be a shakeout period and a reversal as well. So what can we say? This could be also an ascending wedge of some sort if that was to take place. So we're not out of danger. That could take place and drop. So we might be still in a range. But the bullish scenario, well, whatever Bitcoin does and the stock market does, but something tells me that we're not going to go that high for now. So, but some coins really take off really quick. So, what are the targets if this was a take off quick? These levels. These levels will be the target and ultimately there. So if we were to place our bets and put our Fibonacci there, you can see that 618 is going to be a main one that's going to be resistance. So if this was to take off strong, we'll probably hit that level and then pull back, and at least macro range. We have the macro range in play, and then we'll see what happens. So I have the bearish and the bullish hat. I will be looking to take profit there. If this was a breakout, I'll be looking to take profit here. And if it continues on, depending, this could be a bull flag of some sort, and then continue on, and then hit this target as well. And why don't I have a Fibonacci there? It could be the 786. All right. So let's have a look at that. It's at the 786. Yeah, that is a 786 there, roughly. So everything sort of lines up, and we just got to take it as the charts give us clues. We've got the bullish and the bearish scenario, as you can see. If we were to break up, let's see how we go here for a sec. Let me just get rid of these stuff. We can't just think all bullish. We have levels. So the golden ratio is there. That's the pocket. That'll be a nice reversal structure, macro structure. So if we're in this range for a while, if this was actually that level there is more relevant here. Here we go. That is more relevant, isn't it? That could play out as well. So we've got a few rejections there. Bummer. So, but what we can see is a V, and then potentially that. So if we get a rejection there, at some level, it's going to get boring, and the accumulation is going to take place, and then up. It might come down harder, but this could be the macro accumulation range for long term for the bull market. If Bitcoin was to pull back, this will likely pull back from here, and I don't think we'll pass this level here, but time will tell. But that is definitely a Fibonacci resistance level, and also this level here. So that's what I'm thinking along those lines. This is likely to break out initial phase. This could be just our selling climax. That's our up thrust macro wise, and then we come back down again with our secondary test, and then maybe up we go. So long term wise, that could take place as well. Hard market for the alts and Solana. Solana is a bit behind the rest, so I could see this going sideways for a while. After, even if it breaks here, I could see that, and for all you know, it might just point down here, and then that's our selling climax. This is our retest, and then and so on. Then we get that kind of formation, yep, and a reversal. We only got the first part of the puzzle. We need to see the rest. But as you can see, my head is around accumulation and an opportunity to trade it out. I do feel like this is might pull back a little bit and then up, and then could do that. The 0.5 dead cat bounce. This might be enough, and then up again. Let's see how it goes, guys. This is a difficult one. I've given you a number of scenarios. Let's see how we go. No magic ball. For the short term, if you want to trade this, I would look for that level there. So let's go. So we can see it's pulling back, and my area of interest will be here. And if that takes place, so what we have, we've broken this trend line. We're going to the next one. If we break that trend line, then we're pulling back deeper. And you can see that you can use a fib fan method in there if you want, but I'm just doing it manually there. But I do feel like this could be a supporting level, and And why not? If you look at this, let's just put in the levels there properly. Let's see how we go. So here we go. From there, from the top to the bottom, it is our golden ratio pocket. So we might just sweep below this, or to that, we can also sweep below and continue on. And if it regains that, so if we just a swing failure trade, if it goes below that and then regains it, go long. And yeah, it's a bad spot to. It's right in the middle. There's no point of trying to trade that. That's probably the 50% level. And let's have a look. Fibonacci. That was our 50%. That was golden ratio. Okay, there you go. Our golden ratio there. Yep. So it's just below. So I do think this is going to come down here. Retest. Like I said, we could have two scenarios where it could come down and do a double bottom like that. Could also do that as well. That is a nice bullish formation. And then we get this triangle type of stuff. However, if it was to come down here, double bottom, or regain, and then that's going to have a, what is it called, a swing failure trade there, or a failed auction kind of setup here. So I'll be looking for there. This is right in the middle. Not a good spot to buy. And you can see my 618 level is right there, acting as resistance, so it's likely to come down. I wonder if it's worth shorting. Give me a sec. 12%. Yeah, it's probably worth shorting. That could have been the opportunity there. Anyway, that is a range. It fits into the Wyckoff strategy. It's both distribution or reaccumulation, so it's not easy to know at this point. And I'm going to leave it there. There's no more reason to talk about it. Those are the things I'm looking for to go along. And talk to you soon. Cheers. Please give me a like and share. Ta.